welcome to the Intrust Super Cup for 2014 and round one coming away from Dolphin Oval this afternoon. It is the Redcliffe Dolphins playing host to the newcomers, the PNG Hunters.
Unbelievable! Have you seen anything like it? How about that? Oh boy!
And the footy is back live on for 314 top grade appearances, so he's a legend of this competition, but the coaching cape is a bit different to playing, as we all know. I can't wait to see what this afternoon provides, Sats. The Hunters, it'll be intriguing to see how they perform in a really competitive environment. Their trial games have been good. They beat the Northern Pride, but this is a different scenario.
It is. We know that a lot of people don't run by trial form, but what we do know, Matty, is that when the PNG Hunters play, they're going to play with a lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm, and most importantly, a lot of aggression.
Can't wait to see what unfolds this afternoon. It's an exciting day for us here covering the Intrust Super Cup, the start of the PNG Hunters tenure as part of the competition. Make sure you stay with us. The footy's back on a Sunday afternoon here on 9. There's nowhere else you'd want to be. And it's great to be back for 2014 in the Intrust Super Cup. Dolphin Oval, our first game of the season. Redcliffe up against...
Hold! Go!
Play to Puara. And Laka shows it out the back, through the hands. This is a good movement from the Hunters. It's in the hands of Benson.
Tackle 3! Hold! Go!
In fact, that's low on the far side. Benson's in jumper 5. And Loco, he's only 3 short. What a good start this would be. Eliab, he chances his hands. The 5'8", he's cut down though. That's Cullen, called into the team late in jumper 22 to play at 5'8". He makes an important tackle. The fullback rolls it through Vera.
Tackle 1!
It's a mad scramble on Redcliffe's goal line, but they've come up with the ball. Promising start for PNG.
Promising start for both sides, Matty. Attack, a nice sweeping movement to the left for the PNG Hunters, but Redcliffe really defended it well, and Redcliffe also held out for the rest of that set. But aren't they energetic? What about the size and the mobility? You see them being aggressive here in the tackle on Green.
Looking to assert themselves in defence now after a positive start with ball in hand.
10 wide.
Look to attack on an edge here, Redcliffe. That's Aaron Whitchurch. He got it back to Davis, the half-back on debut. One of 5 debutants in the Intrust Super Cup for Redcliffe today. Cullen had to kick from inside the 30, so that goes to demonstrate how good that defensive set was. And they've been raving about Vera running the ball back from fullback. He puts his head down and he runs as quickly as he can. There's no sidestep in his game off the ball reception.
And that's what's been really impressive so far, Matty, is the players with the ball in hand, both Laka and Eliab and also Adex Vera, the speed with which they try to engage the defensive line on.
Down to Salty on the sideline. Promising start to this game.
Yeah, really promising start, Matt. I mean, it's all about, I know the talk is about how excited we are for the Hunters, but we wanted to see them with ball in hand. But this is a terrific start.
And they're away, the Hunters. It's with Pandia. What about the interchange of passing there? It started with the hooker Porara. Tim Lamai, only 5 short.
Last tackle.
He lost it. In fact, it was the 5th and last. So a breakdown of communication. Salty, back down to you. Lovely bit of passing there from PNG.
Oh, that just exemplifies what we were talking about. I mean, we were talking about how exciting it is that they're into the competition, but then there's been a mistake, Matt.
It's been turned over, and the Hunters, they continue to grind away on Redcliffe's line. That was Tatar, the centre, and now Lamai, who handed it over on 5. They look a bit shell-shocked at the moment, Redcliffe. It's out to Laka, and Vera. Good tackle there on Patak. Whitchurch jamming in and ticking out to the winger. Away to Laka. He wanted a running option. Takes the tackle himself. 3 gone, still 2 up their sleeve. They'll try their luck from close range, the Hunters. Redcliffe's on goal defence holding up.
On their left.
That's where I'll go, Sats. Lovely pick up from Eliab.
Last tackle.
Can they get there? It's Tatar himself, the centre. He had a crack. He's been held up on 5.
Timeout. Last tackle. Have him change up. Yeah, we're coming out 10.
Well, again, Matty, it's great defence from Redcliffe Dolphins, but also equally impressive from the Hunters this early on. They're not panicking so much. They're not coming up with any big plays. They're just getting to the end of their set, trying to build as much pressure as they can.
Tackle 1.
Some should say that they probably should have scored on a couple of those sets right now, but it's the momentum that they're creating through their big forwards.
Great run there from Whitchurch.
1-2. He was square.
Born in Fremantle, Western Australia, Aaron Whitchurch.
Tackle
Fair
3.
height from Dolphin Oval.
Hold. Go. On 4. 10.
Marquito in jumper 20. He was named to play at 5'8" today, but shifted into the back row to accommodate Cullen's inclusion. Here he is now, Cullen.
Last tackle.
They get to a kick now, Redcliffe. It's rolled through by Foster, but covered up nicely by Vera at the back.
Surrender.
It's a great story, and a lot of people would have read the press in the lead up to this game, but they've spent the last 2 months training together as part of in a compound in Papua New Guinea. They live together, they train 3 times a day, the Hunters, they eat together, they do everything together. And it's no surprise that we see some cohesion in their game. They look like this has been a well-planned preparation.
Another good hit up there from Lamai, but you're right, Matty, and discipline has also been one of the keys. We saw in a really great report through Chris Gary in the Courier Mail, who travelled up there for a few days, that a random breath test was held in their camp, and one of the star players came back with a very low reading and was basically kicked out of the camp. So discipline has been high on the agenda for this Hunters team as they come into this Intrust Super Cup season.
Lem Georgetown tackle, the second leading point scorer in the Intrust Super Cup. Now one of the debutants there, Coots, in jumper 5, playing his first game at this level. Well, there'll be plenty of banter on social media about this season and about the Hunters' inclusion in the Intrust Super Cup. There's the hashtags on your screen via Twitter. We're available on Facebook as well. Be good to hear your thoughts on things as the season progresses. Good attacking move here for Redcliffe. Now, Georgetown has moved to fullback this season, normally on the wing, and has played some centre, but the 27-year-old at the back. Davis off the left boot. It took a deflection, but it sets up for Benson, who is a pocket rocket, Sats.
10.
He's built a little bit like our own Peter Basaltis. George Benson, the number 5 for the Hunters.
I'd like to see a tackle him, Salty.
Yeah, no dramas there. Not. Just on that, guys, with the way that's, you know, the way that look at PNG, the way they're coming out of their own line here, just with that intensity. Importantly, too, is that they're working that hard in defence as well. But full credit to Redcliffe, the way they've started this game. Boy, it's only round 1. We're only a few minutes into the season, and the standard has been extremely high.
The kick came from on the 40. He might have just had a foot in front of it. Oh, it sits up, and chasing through was low. Ticker now was mighty casual about that. He's picked it up and been able to make 10, 12 metres. Some worrying signs there for Troy Lindsay in the coach's box. He would have been on the edge of his seat as that ball bobbled away. Great chase from the winger too. It's Gary Lowe on that far side of the ground as Whitchurch is almost tackled. He got it back to Marquito. Pulled the ground there by Pandia. Whitchurch has been busy with the ball in hand.
Keep coming, 11.
Good run from dummy half. The hooker Foster out through Davis. And now Cullen, dummy twice, 3 times.
Last tackle.
Georgetown. They're on tackle 5 here. That's the second time we'll see a player submitting in the tackle on the 5th. They can't get a kick away early on.
I was really interested defensively when Redcliffe would have a wide spread and how they would number up and how they would react in different situations. They held up really well then. The left centre, Teti, from the Hunters. He just got out of his line a little bit, put pressure from the outside and shut the movement down. So it was very smart from the Hunters defensively.
Wait. Go.
Tim Lamai, another player that
Mark is good.
has been on the radar of some NRL clubs.
Matty, there's a player, number 11, playing for the Hunters, David Loco. He's a cult figure up in Papua New Guinea.
He's straight through. Here goes Porara. He's got support. The pass wasn't good to Larker. He tries to promote it. He keeps it alive. How about this from the Hunters? They were throwing it around. They were having some fun with the ball in hand, but they turned it over. An exciting movement, though.
Hasn't young Puara, the number 9, hasn't he opened them up on a couple of occasions? And support came on both sides.
How about that? Someone catch it.
It's great to watch, isn't it? But you just want them to be patient when they get in those situations and try and continue to build that pressure.
10.
Ackerman. James Ackerman, 22-year-old front rower, another one of the debutants for the Redcliffe Dolphins today, as Cullen on the 5th and last couldn't get a kick away. Well, their last tackle options have been dreadful so far, Redcliffe.
Just to continue what I was saying before, David Loco, the number 11 for the PNG Hunters, he played in the World Cup, not the recent World Cup. There's another good run there by Albert Patak.
Every time you speak, they make a break.
I'll say it quickly. Loco was the one, Willie Tonga, he cut Willie Tonga in half and he missed out on the last World Cup in the off-season, just gone, and he's on a little bit of a vendetta to try and get back into that Kumul side.
Penalty goes against them here.
Can't play at the side, mate.
Seriously?
Incorrect play the ball.
As long as the ball comes back cleanly, let's play on.
Yeah.
This isn't a penalty. It's not. Oh,
6.
12, 10, 14, 13. Work on your 10 metres. 10 metres. Work on your 10, 13. Go. Tackle 1. Hold. Go.
There's Iono and jumper number 12. He ran it strongly and got hit by a strong shot. He's reeled away from that one. Harvey Iono. And this is Daniel Faumuina.
7. Hold. Hold. Go.
Davis did well to pick it up through the hands of Mark Ketto. It's turned over again here for Redcliffe.
Good defences again. Albert Paddock then adjusted really well as Benson takes another strong hit up. He's like a Matty Utai, isn't he?
Similar build.
Tackle 2.
Some real power in those legs, isn't there? Good start from this guy too, Peter. Brandy Peter. Playing on the right-hand side in the second row. Another penalty. The discipline's been poor early, Redcliffe.
Don't come at me,
And
mate.
some back chat, and he's been marched another 10 metres. Well, that is one area that the NRL and the Queensland Rugby League will be cracking down on this year.
I don't need him coming at me, mate. Go.
Because the other thing we know too, Sats, is that captains no longer have the ability to talk to referees unless there's a stoppage. The Hunters on the march again. Eliab. And now the fullback. He turns it back to Eliab. And the captain's got the first try for the Hunters.
How appropriate, the captain, Israel Eliab, who has had a lot of publicity leading into this season, but it's the men with the ball in hand, engaging the defence. As Eliab cuts out to Adex Vera, and Vera keeps the ball alive, and Eliab, too strong, good backing up on the inside. Great work, Hunters.
A popular try for Israel Eliab. In their first game in the Intrust Super Cup, the PNG Hunters have opened the scoring. It's Roger Larker, the halfback. He'll do the kicking duties. Hits it well, and they're up 6 points to nil. 1 of 5 Papua New Guinean internationals in this team, Roger Larker. And they've done well to open the scoring, Salty.
They have, Matt. It was a terrific ball movement, as what we've seen right throughout the first half. The fullback, Vera, just did so well to keep the ball alive, and this has been a terrific start for the Hunters. And I'll tell you what, Redcliffe has certainly got to watch themselves here. When that penalty was given away just before the try, you saw the hands go on heads and hips. They're feeling it here, Redcliffe, and given these warm conditions here at Dolphin Oval, certainly playing into the Hunters' hands.
It's really been impressive about how direct their ball players are playing. They're playing directly into the line. They're digging into the defensive line, so they're committing defenders on every occasion, not just throwing it through the hands for the sake of throwing it through the hands. It's very impressive.
There's the winger Benson. You heard the collision through the effects mic. They're running it straight and they're running it hard. Vera, the fullbacks, had an excellent start to the game. And so too Pandya, and the offload. Here's Eliak. Little scoop and run there too from Tatar. He's gone straight through the Tatar. He draws, he dummies, he beats the fullback. Oh, they're turning it on the Hunters.
Oh,
Brilliant attacking football. The centre, Tatar, split them open and sold the dummy to everyone.
Oh, Matty, we spoke first and foremost about their skill and the speed that they're using when they got the ball in hand. Now vision comes into play. Thompson Tita sees it down the short side. There's only one defender, and that's Marty Hatfield. He has support inside and out. And look at the excitement.
Now
10 points to nil. The PNG Hunters celebrating their first game in fine style. As Larker converts. Well, they were written off by the bookies before this game, the Hunters. They were something like $5 head-to-head. Peter Basaltis, how about the start?
Unbelievable starts. Talk about the intensity, but the skills are there as well from Tete. What about that? The stepping, the throwing, the dummies. What a terrific try that was. And there certainly is now danger signs for the Dolphins. And we said it about 5 minutes ago, certainly is. But the thing is, I like Michael Maram's sitting not that far away from me, and I love the messages that's going out to the Hunters, just making them focused on the little things. That's what they're here to do, is get the basics right, being round one. And boy, oh boy, 10 out of 10 so far the start here for the Hunters.
Yeah, absolutely, Peter. I had the privilege of talking to Michael Maram on Friday at the launch of the Intrust Super Cup launch. Unfortunately, they've turned possession over, but he's a very composed man, and got no doubt that there he is on screen right now.
10, 10, 8, 8.
Now David Huller injected into the game. 30 NRL games for the Broncos. They need something in the middle because they're a bit rudderless at the moment, both in terms of attack and their defence. It's been poor, the Dolphins. Green plays it. They go right, Cullen. Here's a test for the Hunters. It's in the hands of Coots. He'll spin out of a tackle and he'll open the scoring for the Dolphins. 12-4.
Well, they'll be disappointed with the ball being turned over here after a try, but they made it pretty easy for the Redcliffe Dolphins. As you see, the defence don't get off the line. They just really sit on their heels here. Ball goes through the hands, and eventually the try scorer just falls over the line because the Hunters made it very easy for him. You just see they're standing on their heels. They need to come off their line, put some pressure on the outside players for the Redcliffe Dolphins.
So a test here for the Hunters. They've scored 2 tries, but Redcliffe now applying some pressure on the scoreboard. Brett Coots in his debut, the try scorer. Really is a new look team, this Redcliffe side. No Seven Asiba from last year. Fatty Archie not playing here today. No Zach Strasser. And this man, Liam Georgetown. How about his career? 1,211 points. He's only 210 points short of Nick Parfitt's record in the Intro Super Cup. Interesting move with Georgetown going to fullback, Scott, as opposed to playing on the wing.
Yeah, he's one of those players that even when he was on the wing, Matty, that he would drift around the middle of the field looking for opportunities. So I suppose his role doesn't change at all.
Tough attempt from the sideline, but Georgetown swings it around. He just had the legs as well, so the gap back to 6 points, Peter Basaltis.
That's right, and they needed that one, the Redcliffe Dolphins, and what a good conversion that was from Georgetown. We've seen him do it before. You talk about that new look Redcliffe Dolphins lineup that we're seeing here today, but one thing that Troy Lindsay will bring is a lot of passion to the club. He is a proud Redcliffe Dolphin, one of the all-time greats here at the club, and he'll be disappointed with the way that they've started, but be glad that they capitalise on that mistake that the Hunters made and they were able to make them pay.
Here's Green. Joining Redcliffe this year in his role as co-captain with Martin Hatfield.
Go. Get up, 12.
And Huller, 2 strong carries for him. And now Marquito. They're going backwards here at the moment, the Hunters.
We're never on, sir.
And Tui Samoa injected into the action. You can see he's trying to rev his teammates up. He wants some more energy out of these Dolphins players.
Well, on the back of Dave Haller, big size, the size of Dave Haller and the speed as well created that momentum for Marquito. There's that big man on screen right now. And this is where the Hunters have to be mindful about controlling that play the ball, winning the tackle when they come up with not only the contact, but spending some time on the ground there and making sure that Samoa and Foster don't get those advantages from dummy half.
Out to Cullen, 2 passes wide. He promoted to Georgetown. They go the same way as they scored. Asking some questions now, Redcliffe.
1 foot.
They recover well in defence. That's Pawara, the hooker, who cleaned up. Now Harla, he's had 3 good charges and he'll score, will he? We might go and have a look upstairs with Tony Maxsood.
Speed tackle 4. Tony, I have no try. Can you please check grounding?
Now, did it come out? Was there a portion of the ball on the ground? We'll get a close look at this.
I think he's lost it in the event of trying to score the try. I think the hand from the Hunters here.
Does it get on the ground before? Nope.
I think his own hand pushed it out. He tried to transfer it to his left hand.
There's 3 Hunters players there. They're desperate to stop him.
It's in his right hand there. Haller tries. Yeah.
It's come out.
Yep. Knock on.
He's made a big impact, Huller, since coming on the field.
And they needed it as well. Yeah, they needed a burst of enthusiasm, didn't they, from a big man that was going to be able to create some opportunities through the middle, and that's exactly what Harler has done.
We're just having a look whether this has been knocked on or whether it's been shoved out by
I think it's Harler's arm, his left arm, as he tries to take possession of the ball with both hands and place it on the ground. I think it's Harler's hand that actually pushes it out.
So it won't be a try. We're having a look at who forced the ball out and then what happened to the ball when it came out.
Michael, I'll agree it's no try. It's actually been forced out by Papua New Guinea.
Yeah,
so it'll be and then Forster, so it'll be a line dropout.
Okay, thank you. Time back on. It's been forced out, which you can do in the in goal. Grounded by Papua New Guinea. It's a goal line dropout.
So you heard it first there from Tony Maxsood, who continues his love-hate relationship with Scott Sattler.
I think he got it wrong, but anyway, play on.
He's made one decision, you're already giving it to him.
I think Harler tries to transfer the ball, make his left hand as part of the trying to place the ball, and I think he's dislodged it himself, but they'll get another chance here, Redcliffe.
So the restart, it's not a very deep one. And there's some energy now for Redcliffe. They were very flat in the early stages. It was Iono playing it, and now Green.
Tackle 2-1.
They're getting numbers in the tackle here too, the Hunters.
Wide, markers locking, go.
Only 10 short.
7.
Samoa to Cullen. And now Marquito. That was good footwork at the line from the second rower. Only 5 short. Tui Samoa.
Tackle 4.
He copped a big shot, Tui Samoa. And Harlow wants another crack at them. There's 4 and 5 and 6 of them, and the ball's come out again, and it's a knock on. Inspired defence from PNG.
Great work, the Hunters. They had a big break there waiting for the video referee decision, so it really played into their hands. Big man Harlow ducks his head, tries to get his way over, but there's too many numbers there.
Let's go, form the scrum.
This is a strange tactic to me because they've looked most likely when they've gone right. They scored the first try. They nearly got over for a second try, and yet they've tried to burrow their way over just through big forwards running directly at PNG.
I think the big forwards are going to work in the middle section of the field when they're trying to create that momentum. But up on the line, we've seen a few times now where they get a relieving penalty here, the Papua New Guinea Hunters.
10 minutes.
When they've gone to the edges, the edge defenders from the Hunters aren't really getting off their line. Not a lot of urgency.
3-2, the penalties in favour of the Hunters, and our matchday sponsors. It's great to have their support again for season 2014. The Redcliffe Dolphins launching their Smart app today, so make sure you have a look for that. It includes information about their gym, the shopping centre here at Redcliffe, the Leagues Club, and of course the Dolphins footy team as well. You can download that and keep track of how things are progressing. And also Carmichael Builders, over 30 years experience. Carmichael Builders are backed by an accomplished team and offering quality builds and solutions across Queensland, the Northern Territory, and of course Papua New Guinea. And a big welcome to our viewers too in PNG, watching us through Digicel, our Australian audience on 9 Queensland, also Win Television, NBN on the Gold Coast too.
Let's tackle. Second marker.
Down the short side they come now, the Hunters. Larker. Too much gas on that one.
There is 0. Yep.
He wanted this to sit up in the in goal.
7. Listen to us, 10 metres.
One thing about them, Matty, and what is impressive with their halves is they're playing unpredictable. And what I mean by that is a lot of the times you just expect the ball to go to the open, try and get an easy completion. And that's your percentage play, but they're looking at all the options down the short sides. They're trying to exhaust every avenue, which therefore keeps the opposition on the back foot. Great defence there.
Well, it's David Harlow, the biggest player on the field, got back slammed.
Move! 1-2. Wait. Go.
Tui Samoa. Off to Marquito, he's been busy. Now Cullen. They try to shift this time.
Play on! Play on!
Number 16's Brown. He's been told to play on. PNG retired the 10 metres and the tackle hadn't been made. Centre field, Green plays it. Now Samoa. Off to Davis. Rolls it on the left boot. It's covered up nicely, though, by Vera, and Benson was there to help. He'll be trapped in the in goal, though, the fullback. He didn't panic. Set down to Peter Vasalda's sideline.
Yeah, an important repeat set here for the Dolphins, just on Dave Haller, who's been doing a heap of work, not only in attack, but in defence since he came on. Spoke to him a couple of weeks ago and said that he really wants this to be a breakthrough year for him. He's had so many false starts in the NRL, mainly hasn't been able to establish himself in the Broncos team because of injury, but he's injury-free. He's had a good off-season and he's looking for a big game today, of course, with the Broncos to kick off their season against the Bulldogs on Friday night. He wants to be there.
A few question marks lingering over the makeup of Brisbane's team, isn't there? They've got the hiding in 2 trial games. Worries about what they'll do around the halves.
Tackle 2.
They get away with a knock on and they get a penalty.
Can't spin on
I'd
top,
like to see that knock on again.
There's Mark over here.
Ruled it's gone backwards. Here's the penalty. They're lying all over the man tackled, Iono.
Go.
So here is Iono.
Tackle
11 metres short.
Behind. Go.
Plays to Samoa. David Harlow. Out to Cullen. And now Brown. They're stringing some passes together, the Dolphins. Only 4 short. Here's Marquito. He's got great footwork for a big man. Desperate defence. He'll plonk it down, Marquito.
Great individual effort here from Jake Marquito. We saw when he came through the Dragons under-20 system, he always possessed that big left foot step. One off the ruck here, shows it to the outside, and the inside defenders there for the Hunters just a little bit too lazy. Sebastian Pandia probably the biggest culprit there, and Marquito gets his side. Well, it looks like going to be level when Liam Georgetown converts his try. Redcliffe Dolphins climbing their way back into this contest.
Got to be seen at work? Right now there's high-vis.
So Jake Marquito, one of the best performers so far for Redcliffe, gets them back to within 2. And Liam Georgetown with a conversion that's pretty straightforward for a kicker of his standards. So after the Hunters made an inspired start, we're back locked up at 12 points all, Salty.
Yeah, we are, and it's on the back of being able to capitalise for the Dolphins with some repeat sets of 6. But Marquito, he's been very strong for them right throughout the day. Playing in the back row this afternoon, he's very skillful, good on his feet, good footwork close to the line there to get the ball down. Good try, Redcliffe. What a game we've got.
Yeah, he's been the best for the Dolphins here this afternoon, Marquito. That man on stage comes from pretty good DNA too, doesn't he? Matthew Thompson.
He does.
Father played many a year with the Balmain Tigers.
So Brown with a strong carry.
He's been strong since he came on, Brown.
Their bench has been good. Their bench has really injected some energy. And now Harlow.
Tackle 2. 7 to me.
He wants another carry, Brown.
Wide. Go.
Been through plenty of work. It's his 4th hit up. It's been Brown, Huller, and now Samoa.
Tackle 4.
And that's come out. It's ruled to have been lost.
You got to wait till he gets up.
Karabi there in 17.
You got to rise to the feet.
He was in a wrestle with Tui Samoa, who tried to get up and play it too quickly.
Out.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. In 100 years, it's gone against the feed. And Ticker now is tackled.
I think the Hunters actually fed the ball in the middle of the scrum then, which we never see these days. Too honest.
Well, just as I was about to suggest that we get rid of scrums, he's actually been allowed to hook for the ball.
Tui Samoa, great work.
Oh, the scrum's back, Sats. The scrum is back.
George Piggins would be absolutely ecstatic right now.
You reckon he'd be watching?
Of course he would.
13.
This is where they've got to get off the line, the Hunters.
It's held up now. It's with Davis. It's back on the inside to Harla. PNG do well.
You've tried to offload 17.
Good defence by the Hunters. Their outside men got up quick, put some pressure from the outside and forced the Redcliffe Dolphins to play the ball back into the inside through Davis and onto Harla. But it's the first time on their try line on the edges they've actually looked nice and secure, the Hunters.
Other foot, other foot. There's the
Another
top
scrum. That's better. He's fed it straight into the second row. That's how you do it.
Do you reckon he got told not to hook for it?
Tackle 1.
Samoa?
Well, the Intra Super Cup is underway today. In fact, it was underway with some other results so far this weekend, and we'll bring you those shortly. But the NRL kicks off on Thursday evening, and what a game this is to start the season.
SPW v Burgess.
Yeah. The Premier's up against the team that many think can challenge again this year. They came up a game short of the big show last year, South Sydney.
Lance tackle.
I like the aggression that Marquito has taken to the Papua New Guinea Hunters as well. Mixing it with them physically.
Hilliard This is a massive bomb. There's pressure at the back. Oh, he had the wobbly boot on.
6 to go, 6 to go.
That was Tickenau who dropped it. That's one of the highest bombs I've ever seen.
He had a cast of thousands around him as well. The Hunters,
He didn't want to know about it, Tickenau, did he?
Didn't know.
Straight and hard, Karabi.
1 foot.
They're building to something here, the Hunters. He plays it. From dummy half, he'll go himself, the hooker, Puara.
Short for 3. Wait.
Only 2 metres short.
Wait. Go.
Play the Patak. Short pass to Minoga, who got absolutely monoggered.
Good contact. Taylor Brown's one of the men in the tackle. Also Haller, I think, who's the man who turned the ball over up the other end of the field.
Gee, welcome to the game. He got absolutely ironed out.
Scrum here.
But you're right, Matty, the two that have come off the bench, here we see the replay.
He did not want to know about that. Gee, that's a solid tackle.
Get the formation, 15. 15, I need his
I mentioned those other Intrust Super Cup games so far in round 1. Victory for Norths over Ipswich, 22-16. They say that was a really tight game, and both teams look like they've come back well after the off-season. Rematch of the grand final. It went the way of the East Tigers over Mackay, 40 points to 12. A dominant win for them. And the Northern Pride, 36-0 over the Sunshine Coast. Bit of a surprise, Soldier, to see such a lopsided result there. East Tigers up against the Cutters.
It certainly was, and they jumped out to a big lead early, the East Tigers, in the game up in Mackay last night. But their impressive forwards, Matt Grayeski with a suspected broken leg, not good news to come out of that game for the Tigers. No.
Tackle 3.
Here's Samoa. This is where he's good. Off the back of that play, the ball. He gets 10 metres. They're on the front foot now, Redcliffe. Joe Bradley. Davis to Brown. Oh, gee, had his legs taken out.
You've got to wrap your arms. You never wrapped your arms. You just went in like that. Shoulder.
He was upended here, Brown.
What are you doing? There's your mark there. Don't go over it. You're going to go over it there. I'll bring you back.
So they're 22 out now, Redcliffe, and only get under 3 minutes until the break.
An important set here defensively. You've got to get through this this barrier.
Bradley.
Big hurdle to get over this final 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes defensively for the Hunters.
Davis to Cullen. They spread right again. Good hands. It was touched on. Georgetown chimes in from fullback. He flicks it back infield. They've just been able to hang on to it, Redcliffe. I'll tell you, if that ball bounced up, they were away, the PNG team. He rolls it through on the boot. It's only tackle 3. It's shepherded over the dead ball line by Benson from the far wing. He came to save the day.
Great work from Vera and also George Benson, but as they shifted the ball to the right, Thompson Teti came in and absolutely nailed one of the Redcliffe Dolphins players after they offloaded the ball. Oh, I thought they might have guided this over the dead ball line.
Who? PNG, they did. That's why it's a dropout. Oh, what about that? He got a shocking bounce. Ticking out. And all's well that ends well, because the Hunters have got it back. Providing there's not another scrum against the feed.
So, let's go, Redcliffe. Let's go.
Players have been feeling the pinch at this juncture of the first half. Always tough that first game back after a long pre-season. There's nothing like match fitness, is there? Eliab, taking the captain, sorry.
Yeah, impressed with the skill of Eliab.
So we're inside the final minute, and a mistake here from Tita, the centre. They're rushing to form this scrum here, Redcliffe.
The ball touched his foot. The ball went back to the dummy half. Let it go.
No, arms over the top. Last one. 2 hands.
So one last crack before the break for Redcliffe.
All on out here.
Georgetown fed the scrum. Davis. And here's Hatfield. He's away here. In fact, it's Whitchurch. He got it back to Davis. Whitchurch was the man that made the bust and has them in a good position here. It comes back to Whitchurch. Davis, left boot to ball. He didn't play at that. It's bounced straight off the Hunters man. Harler, ball in one hand. Ball's come out. That'll be it for the first half.
That play was on then. Adrian Davis looked like he was going to put a crossfield kick over to Tickenow. Sorry, over to Brett Coots. It was the right play.
A well-earned half-time break for both of these teams. A few mistakes, but an entertaining first half. The first 40 minutes for the PNG Hunters has them going to half-time at 12 points all against the Redcliffe Dolphins here at Dolphin Oval. It's been a great start for the Intrust Super Cup newcomers. 2 tries, the opening 2 tries to kick things off. And they're in the contest at half-time. We'll take a break and come back to have a look at the first 40 minutes on the other side. It's the Intrust Super Cup live here on 9 for 2014.
Matt, thank you very much. We've got Justin Tkachenko with me, the Minister of Sport and Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea. And Justin, what a terrific day it is, not only for the PNG Hunters, but for your country overall.
Absolutely. It's fantastic to see a wonderful crowd here at Redcliffe for the game. It's good to see that all Papua New Guineans turned out for the match, residents here. But great start for PNG Hunters. Fantastic start.
Well, next week at home at Kokopo, tell us about the region where the Hunters are calling home.
It is a beautiful part of the world, Kokopo in East New Britain province. They'll be playing at Colorbond Stadium, and I must say the field is better than this, so they'll have a nice cushion to play on. It's very hot and humid, so the boys from Queensland might find it a bit difficult, but otherwise I'm sure they'll enjoy the beautiful surroundings of East New Britain.
And you're Minister for Pacific Games, so it's a big year for Papua New Guinea sport.
Absolutely. This year is the biggest ever individual investment ever for sports in Papua New Guinea. The Pacific Games in 2015 will see the whole of the Pacific come to PNG. So it's something very, very special, and we're gearing up for it.
What's your tip for the second half? I'll end with the obvious one.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the way the boys are playing, if they can keep up the momentum, PNG Hunters all the way and spearing those Dolphins.
Good on you, Justin. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Justin Tkachenko there, the Minister of Sport in Papua New Guinea. On the other side of this break, second half action here from Dolphin Oval. It is the Redcliffe Dolphins up against the PNG Hunters live on 9.
Good to have you with us for the second half here from Dolphin Oval. It is a cliffhanger at the moment, 12 points all. The new look Redcliffe Dolphins up against the newcomers to the competition, the PNG Hunters. And good to catch up with their Minister for Sport, the Pacific Games, with Peter Basaltis there at half-time to get an insight into how the team's been received.
You've been impressed with them, Matty?
I have been, very impressed, yeah. We knew they were going to be enthusiastic, but I've been very impressed by their cohesion in attack in particular, and their goal line defence has been terrific. Usually with teams new to competitions, you expect it'll take them a while to click as a combination, but obviously the time that they've spent together over the last few months has been able to alleviate those usual teething problems. But they've got another 40 minutes ahead of them, and that'll help. Cullen drops the kickoff. Their hands have let them down badly, the Dolphins.
Cullen, he just didn't look comfortable on it. I don't think he knew how close he was. I think he might have been thinking how close he might to the touch line.
Let's back it up to the line, thanks, Tui. To the line.
But you're right, Matty. There's been 3 occasions today where
Other foot
to
forward.
restart a tackle count by taking possession of the ball, and they've really
I'll tell you what. Get your hand down.
stuffed up every opportunity.
I'll tell you what I want to see. There's little Georgie Benson in the clear. The Hunters winger, the pocket rocket. I've got a feeling he might be able to motor.
He's like a little bowling ball, isn't he?
Mate, you're on the bottom and you're just holding him down. Get out of there. There's Mark. Wait.
That's actually not a bad penalty to give away there for Redcliffe.
Go.
Let their defensive side settle again, the structure.
Here goes Pandia.
Tackle one.
What an ideal chance for the Hunters just after the break. Pass went away to Urakuzi.
Hold. Release. 1, 2. Wait. Go.
Larker
Tackle 3.
couldn't link up with his halves partner in Eliab. Another penalty.
He was in there.
Well, that one's not so good. They got through 3 tackles. They'll have to withstand another 6. And they're going to take the shot. Well, that's an interesting call. 90 seconds into the second half.
Yeah. While they're fresh and full of energy, the Hunters, you'd like to think that they use that energy, size and aggression this early on in the second half to try and amount more points than just a conversion. But it also may be about just getting them back into the game and keeping that composure within their game.
Early chance to head down to Salty on the sideline. What's been the vibe in the Hunters camp at halftime?
Very impressed with the first 40. As I mentioned early on, Matt, it's all about the basics, and that's exactly what the message it was to the Hunters players. Just keep doing the simple things, don't get too carried away. And as far as Redcliffe goes, well, Troy Lindsay was telling his players ball control, just respect the ball a lot more. He was happy with the intensity, but just wanted Redcliffe to just keep the ball, make sure they play out their sets.
And on that too, Salty and Matty, you would imagine that the message from Troy Lindsay would be as Lucker comes in, conversion successful, take the scoreline out to 14 points to 12 in favour of the Hunters. Troy Lindsay would have said, this team are going to be aggressive for the first 15 to 20 minutes. Let's face the onslaught. Let's get through the onslaught. Let's move into chapter 2 of this game. And they did that at about the 20-minute mark, the Redcliffe Dolphins. They withstood that intensity of the first quarter of the game. I think the message from Michael Murram would have been about the control in defence. They're making good contact up the middle, the Hunters, but they just need to spend more time in the tackle, slowing down that play the ball a little bit more.
Strong contact there from the kick return. Marquito, one of the try scorers in the first half, putting a shot on. Here's our man. George Benson in from the wing. And another penalty. In fact, no, he's lost it. My apologies.
You lost it. You've got to bring it up with you. Lost ball.
Not the best time or best part of the field to be making an error on the back of that penalty kick. They hit the lead, but they concede a chance here. Well, there's the coaching team for the Redcliffe Dolphins. Their new coach, Troy Lindsay, up in the box.
Good. 15.
He didn't actually lose possession then, George Benson. The referee, Michael, was saying he didn't pick the ball up to start the play the ball process.
Being strong, this is Brown. Taylor Brown in 16. Davis. That's a Georgetown. And now Whitchurch. He's pushed towards the sideline. He's able to keep the ball in. Just. And they end up over the sideline anyway. Great scramble from PNG.
Yeah, good structure from the Hunters there. They got up off their line. They put pressure from the outside. They got up hard and moved up from the inside. You see Lucker getting involved, moving in numbers.
I'll let you know.
They haven't had a lot of success bringing it out of their own end.
Strong 2. Don't hold him. Wait,
All willing to have a run. That was Vera, the fullback. Strong charge too that time.
Tackle 3. Here I am, mate. Good go.
Minoga.
Push up.
Good run.
Good contact. Ackerman and 10 back on the field, and Marquito there as well.
Outside. Give him 10.
Now Laka aims his kick towards the corner. Georgetown.
Look at
decided
the
to
numbers
promote
on
it.
this kick chase.
Tackle 1.
Good enthusiasm there by the Hunters.
13, you're off. Tackle 2. One marker.
Tui Samoa. And the offload.
Move now. 3.
Samoa short side. Away to Cullen, the 5'8". Either halves have really been able to impose themselves for Redcliffe, Cullen or Davis. David Harlow. Now Davis has it. He looks to shift it. It's with Bradley. Through the hands again, Whitchurch. And Coots bumping away from 2.
Keep coming, keep coming.
On the last, Davis, he'll look to go to the left foot, or will he'll run it. He gets the pass away to Tui Samoa, and he's just cut down on the line.
He had so many options there, Davies.
Play the ball back there.
Tui Samoa just not strong enough to get over the line. But good scramble. Good scramble by the Hunters.
Wait. Here, right side.
Gee, you thought
Lawrence too. One of the men they're getting across.
he was odds on to score there. Tui Samoa down to Salty on the sideline.
Yeah, how didn't they score there, the Dolphins? Just one thing on the Papua New Guinea kicking game, which has certainly gotten better as the game has progressed. Andrew Johns was a guest at the Hunters launch last week, and Wally Lewis was up there as well. But I know that Joey spent some time with the halves of PNG, Eliab, and particularly Roger Lacker, just going through different things to do to help them with their kicks in general play and short kicking game as well.
And Salty, to sum up the obsession that Papua New Guinea has with rugby league, it is their national sport. I'm reliably informed that a couple of auction items were sold at the launch. One of them was a Wally Lewis signed jumper. It went for something like 8,000 Australian bucks.
Sats bought it.
You're kidding, he can't even shout a coffee.
He bought us lunch today.
He did actually, it was very kind of him. Although he's asking for the money back, don't go. After the game, chip and chase, there is that man, Larker. He chases after his own kick. He puts boot to ball again. He gets the bounce as well. And back there, Tickenau has to kick it over the sideline.
What great urgency there from Laka. Good vision. Takes the ball to the line.
Is this a penalty?
No, scrum.
But hang on, he was held back. Yeah, he got a good bounce, didn't he?
They'll get the feed here, the Hunters.
Well, the penalty won't matter. 10 out. You'd like to fancy them to score here, I reckon. Great instinct there from Laka, the halfback. He's had a great game. So they're inside the 10. Tackle there is Tita. Come off the line there. Well done was Coots, the winger, number 5.
Good defensive read there from Coots.
Up quickly there on 2, number 16.
He's lively, isn't he? The fullback Vera.
Tita again. Out to 2. And back to Gary Lowe, who barges his way over the line. His name's Lowe, he's built low to the ground, but he bullocked over.
Oh, what a freight train run there by Gary Lowe. There wasn't much happening, but they kept the ball alive with second phase play, and it just came down to size and power and speed. As Thompson Teti has a go, nice offload. Goes back to 2, and it's that man, Gary Lowe, just too much power, gets in between defenders and shows good desperation to score the try. This place just...
There's one old flame women won't want to rekindle. Cystitis, the most common type.
Gary Lowe, his first try in the Intrust Super Cup, and what a crucial try it is. The gap's now at 6, and the halfback Larker can push them out to an 8-point advantage. They started strongly here, the Hunters. They led 12-0, and then Redcliffe were able to get their way back into the game. But an 8-point advantage at this stage would be very handy. Across the face there from the halfback, Roger Larker. But good determination there, Peter Basaltis from the winger, Gary Lowe.
Oh, well, that determination there that Lowe shows in this run as you see him get down, beats the 3-4 Dolphins defenders to reach out and score the try. Pretty much sums up the way that the Hunters have gone about their business here this afternoon. Not going to write off Redcliffe, though. They're a proud club here at home, and I know that Troy Lindsay has just been barking out those instructions once again just to up the intensity, been a little bit angry with the way that his team have come out in the second half. It's not there as they go straight
and another bust. They're away, the Hunters, up over halfway. That's Minoga. He's a second row and he runs like a winger. They're on the roll here, the visitors. He gets away and Pandora over to 2. They go bang, bang. 22-12, they're turning it on.
Well, it started from Willie Minoga, the back row, who ran a beautiful angle. You see Marty Hatfield here injured. The skipper of the Redcliffe Dolphins, there's some concerns over him, but it started with this run here by Minoga. Beautiful angle in behind the play of the ball.
Look at him motor.
Doesn't try and overplay his hand, which is probably the most impressive part. Gets up, plays the ball, and it's back down. Another beautiful angle also by the 13, Sebastian Pandia. Nice offload onto Lawrence, 2, and a great finish. 7.5 rating on the dive as well. Beautiful run.
Salty, I know it's a Redcliffe home game, but what about the crowd? They're into it.
Oh, they are into it. And in fact, one of the Dolphins officials had a chat to him at half-time, said it feels like an away game, such as the support here for the Hunters. And what about the excitement there? Geez, Satya Harsh, only a 7.5 on the dive, but we'll take that one from the Russian judge. Unbelievable stuff here from the PNG Hunters. But Redcliffe, they're out on their feet. We've seen the treatment for Marty Hatfield, and just looking at them in the in-goal area, they're just really sucking in the deep breaths at the moment.
He's got a good purchase on this, but it's left again. The wind got hold of that one. So 22-12, a couple of back-to-back tries. This one was an absolute beauty.
Another beautiful angle by Panda, getting in behind the ruck on the quick play of the ball. And again, Matty, the message from Troy Lindsay will be they'll get to the 20-minute mark, the 60-minute mark in the second half, and they'll expect the PNG Hunters to hit that wall.
Some repairs here for Marty Hatfield. Now, we missed the injury in the excitement of the try being scored, but it's a head clash, isn't it? And he got landed on.
Gary Lowe.
Measure.
I think a good tactic, Matty, when we do get that 60-minute mark for, if I was the coach of the PNG Hunters, is when they're getting their 5th tackle option, when they're around middle part of the field, I try and get the ball into touch. Try and stop the play. Give everyone a chance to walk into their positions, not keep the ball in play, and allow the Redcliffe Dolphins to bring it back from their end. Marty Hatfield making his way back into... He's a little bit dusty, Marty Hatfield.
Well, we trusted our friends on the new Digicel network in Papua New Guinea are enjoying seeing the Hunters in front here.
He's gone again here, Marty Hatfield. He's got another hit to his head.
You all right? You all right? Sorry. Tackle 1. Time back on guard.
There's the try scorer, Gary Lowe, and the confidence will just be building in this Hunters team as they continue to see out this match.
I told you.
There'll be a fair element
I told you off.
I guess uncertainty in themselves whether they're able to compete at this level, Scott, but the way that they've played, there's no doubt about it.
No doubt about it at all. We always knew they were going to be able to challenge on a physical and aggressive nature. It's just about their ability, and I'll use that word again, to be able to be composed in important situations, getting through the sets and playing a patient brand of football. It's exactly what they've been doing.
Tackle one. Marcus lock in. Hold, go.
He's had a real impact, Minoga.
Tackle two.
So mobile and agile for such a big man.
Hold.
I don't know if the NRL club's on the scout for Minoga yet, but they will be after seeing this today.
Move 22. And 3.
Skipper Eliab tackled.
I've been impressed with Roger Lucker. He's controlled the play and attack. He's taken the line on a couple of occasions.
I like the way Pawara, the hooker's gone about his business too. Out to Vera. He stabs it through. The Tacers on the ball. Just beats Noel Zemming. He was flying after that.
As that man again, Lucker again, he took the ball close enough to the line where he engaged the defence. It opened up that opportunity on the outside for Vera. Now the Dolphins have to get to the end of this set of 6.
The halfback Davis tries to take on the line. Doesn't achieve much from that run. They look flat, Redcliffe, don't they?
Go on, Roger, get in the line!
Here's Cullen.
Get in that line, get up!
Tries to straighten things up. Gets rid of 2 tacklers here. Cullen.
Second marker too far.
There's no marker there, and the second marker's been ruled offside, and yet he still makes the tackle, so the penalty is awarded.
You were 2 deep. Have a look.
When you're ready.
Go.
They've got to do something here, Redcliffe. Ackerman.
Tackle 1. 1 foot, get on the line.
Tui Samoa.
Hell, 2.
His body's everywhere on Samoa.
Go.
Vera's defence was good. Out to Marquito, now to Davis. And through their hands to Bradley and Georgetown. And they're over in the corner, are they? Through Ticker now. Or has he gone out? And they're not real happy at all. Something's erupted on the far side in the corner. It's a bit of pushing and shoving at the moment. Was there a late tackle?
There'd be no one in the world I'd be anywhere near that if I was a Redcliffe player.
Dave, walk away, please. Nothing yet. All right, we have timeout. Video review. We're going to go with a try. Tackle 4. Check the touchline, touching goal. Thanks, Tony.
Well, he was awfully close at the touchline, Ticker now. As part of a boot or an arm or something gone over the line in the act of grounding that ball.
There's a little bit of space left open here for Ticker now. When the pass came to him.
Yeah, ball boy, Andy.
Nice pass from Georgetown.
Oh, what about the foot? The corner post is superfluous now. So that's not an issue.
Superfluous? What's that mean? Ooh, that's why.
Irrelevant.
So George Benson.
I reckon he's got a foot in touch here.
We have to go look from another angle here. Benson tackles him low, tries to drag his feet over the line.
I reckon his foot's in touch.
So do I.
But this has been ruled a try by Michael Wise.
There's not enough, maybe not enough evidence to really go against Michael Wise's decision. And there's the how you're going by George Benson.
I reckon you can see a boot over the sideline.
Mate, from the footage, I'll confirm a try.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Time back on.
So a try awarded. Tony Maxsood can't overrule the decision based on the replays we've seen.
Hey.
We'll take a short break at 22. So they're back in the ball game now. Monty Tickenau, Redcliffe's try scorer, narrowing the gap to 6. And it's the sharpshooter Georgetown. He couldn't have a more difficult kick. Right on the touchline. Hits it nicely, Liam. Georgetown straight over. It's never in doubt when he lines them up. So it's back to 22-18. Now we're limited with the replays here because a lot of players around, and obviously it's difficult to pick up a clear replay, but Benson was down low. The touch judge is right on top of it. I don't think this is going to tell us much, is it?
No. They did everything right defensively there, the PNG Hunters. They did everything right. George Benson just allowed Tickenau to get the ball in his hands, and then he adjusted when he probably should have adjusted when the ball was in the air. As soon as Tickenau took possession of the ball, Benson should have been straight on top of him.
Salty, it's a bit of a carbon copy of the first half. They skipped out to an early lead and Redcliffe fighting back.
Yeah, they certainly are, but I've got to say, when the try was awarded, it's the quietest I've heard Dolphin Oval here. I mean, there's plenty of people here, but it is like an away game. You can hardly hear the Dolphins fans, though, but they're going to have to get behind their team here. Still the 4 points down, plenty of time left and starting to chance their arm, the Dolphins.
And they have looked dangerous when they go to the edges, Redcliffe, and that's what they've done again here. The try scorer, Tickenau, confronted by Laka, the halfback. And Benson, who gave him a bit of a shove for good measure, Tickenau, after he put the ball down.
Last tackle.
Back here, back here, back here.
Time back on. Last tackle.
So this is the 5th and last. A false start. Davis goes high. Challenging kick, but taken easily at the back by Gary Lowe.
Good take
Now
by
we
Gary
can
Lowe.
take a quick restart here as part of the new rules.
Still got players, I'm blowing the
But
whistle.
everyone has to be on side and they won't.
Wait. I'm blowing the whistle. Wait.
What's another new rule, Matty, this year? So 0 tackle if
So we're
the
0.
attacking kick goes over the dead ball line. 0 tackle from the 20-metre restart. Yep.
Hold. 20 early.
The 40-20 is an interesting one as well.
Play the ball instead of a
Tackle
scrum.
one. Hold.
Well, tap kick restart,
Tap
20
kick.
metres in.
Go.
Like it. Now we're getting to that 60-minute mark. Well, we have reached that 60-minute mark that we spoke about, so important for the Hunters. Going through that next phase. Good run here by Minoga again.
Yeah, good tee, but
Oh, he's frightening.
short side they come. And Vera.
He's Gordy Tallis-like, Minoga.
There's a comparison from dummy half. Pawara. He coughs it up.
Redcliffe are lucky there. There's an offside player. Retreating back into the defensive line for the Dolphins.
There's one for your show during the week, Pete. Scott Sattler comparing Willie Minoga to Gordon Tallis.
Bang.
On 2 up. Here coming. 17. Now.
Number 15, Willie Minoga, one to watch.
Release on 3. Outside.
It's a good kick this from Redcliffe. And chasing after it was Davis. But Vera did very well. He had to hustle the fullback to clean up.
It was a kick on the 3rd tackle, so the wingers really went back and weren't expecting a good return here from our man George Benson.
Release on 3.
How hard are they going to beat at home? The Hunters.
Yeah, we spoke about during half-time, Matty. You've really only got to win all your home games to put yourself in the frame for final football.
Last tackle.
When their previous incarnation in this competition, they won 14 of 17 at home.
Outside.
There's the kick from outside. Oh, he's having a dalliance with the sideline, Brett Coots.
I'd like to have a look at that footage again on Coots.
Great chase too.
Tackle 1. Here, 15.
Eliab, the captain.
Go.
How's this for a flirtation with the touchline?
Hold in.
I think he must have thought the kick was inside the 40, Brett Coots. Now we've got a player down here for the Hunters, and that is Lawrence 2. Oh, doesn't get much tighter than that. Lawrence 2 in 16 down in back play. He's making his way back into the defensive line now, but he'll need to hurry because they're coming this way. Bradley, who's now out in the centres. I think Hatfield's gone from the field, Sats. Bradley's moved from left second row to right centre. Cullen. That's a high kick. It'll land in the end goal. Now, this will be the 20-metre restart being able to be taken quickly, but I think the Hunters are happy to have a breather at the minute.
Yeah, you're starting to see the Hunters starting to drop off one-on-one tackles. The Redcliffe players being able to shrug themselves out of tackles. That's just through fatigue.
Tackle one.
Don't forget, of course, the Redcliffe Dolphins launching their smartphone app today. Information there about the outstanding gym and the shopping centre and the Leagues Club. And, of course, all the latest on the Redcliffe Dolphins footy team. You can download it today. And a word for Carmichael Builders, the matchday sponsor for the Hunters. 20 years experience, Carmichael Builders. They're backed by a great team. And quality builds is their main game. Queensland, Northern Territory, and then PNG as well.
Hold. Go.
So a changeover for Redcliffe.
It's an important set here defensively for the Hunters. Turning over possession, cheap possession as well.
John Green's back into the action.
Held that two.
Only 4 points the difference.
Push up, Brady.
We know there's been some thrillers in the Intrust Super Cup over the last year or so.
Tackle three.
Looks like this one might follow that theme. Ackerman plays it. They go left again. They've had some luck here. Through the hands. It's with Whitchurch. He's up against the fullback, Vera. They're able to get back there in numbers and stop him. Little kick through. It's been played at by PNG. It'll be 6 to go. They come right. There's an enormous overlap. Cullen goes himself. No need to panic with a full set available to them, Redcliffe. Cullen's got a cramp.
Tackle one. Put the ball
Bad
down,
time
mate.
for a
Got
cramp.
time.
Bad for some, good for others.
You know a bit about number 9, Tim Foster too, Sats, the starting hooker for Redcliffe.
Well, this is his debut in Intrust Super Cup. He's been at the club for 8 years and has finally got his shot.
Take the ball.
Was
over
fortunate enough
5
to coach him
metres.
in the back half of last year in the Northern Rivers competition. Steve Walters, style hooker, very low to the ground, powerful out of dummy half.
What about your comparisons today?
Well,
Gordon Tallis, Steve Walters. I'm surprised you didn't compare him to Cameron Smith, the poor bloke. Here's Davis.
Ooh.
How about that? Get out of my way, says Marquito. They'll kick on tackle number 1, and the Hunters have come back with it. That is a fair dinkum brain explosion, Salty.
Not wrong. What about that? What were they thinking? But the PNG Hunters coming away with the ball here. Won't make any comparisons here to any more of the players. What about some of the pressure?
Come on, Gary Lowe. Who does he remind you of? Rod Wishart.
Yeah, Rod Wishart. Yeah, there you go. Well, Michael Hancock. Michael Hancock. There you go.
These poor blokes are going to go home traumatised. Really, Minoga thinks he's Gordon Tallis.
creates as much havoc as what Gordy did.
I reckon Troy Lindsay would be fuming about that kick.
Outside.
Left foot kick here from the very impressive fullback, Adex Vera. Sits up for Georgetown and Brett Coots.
Tackle 112.
They're not going anywhere in a hurry here, Redcliffe. Ticker now. This has turned into a real arm wrestle. That was a forward pass and it's been knocked on anyhow.
Zero tackle.
He's had a game to forget. Adrian Davis, the halfback.
Loco, great run. He's been impressive, the back rower.
They are getting stronger. The starting forward's back on as part of the interchange rotation. Brandy Peter had a good start and he's picked up where he left off.
Well, from all reports, when they beat the Pride in the trial, they got stronger as the game went on.
Great pass. Oh, even better tackle. That's a beauty by Brett Coots down low.
He has put his body on the line here, Coots, and absolutely smashed Minoga and knocked the ball loose. He's done that on a couple of occasions today, Coots. He's come off his wing And again, he's adjusted while the ball's in the air, so the receiver can't change his direction.
Well, I've got to tell you, that has kept them in the game, that tackle.
I agree.
Just back it up there, it's your feet.
Takes a bit of courage for a winger to put himself in the way of Willie Minoga in the try line.
Formation, arms over the top. Arms over the top. Arms over the top. Break it up. Hooker, arms over the top.
Oh. Honestly. Can
Three
we just
lads,
get rid
it's
of those
1908.
scrums?
Get your head in. Hold it together, Redcliffe. 2 hands. Out!
I'm not being critical of the referee, but honestly, does anyone care about scrums anymore? Get the ball in and get it out.
He's good, he's good.
Tim Foster. It's proving hard to handle, Foster.
Tackle 2. Hold. Go.
John Green.
Move! On 3. Keep coming.
And Falmoina.
Up now! On 4.
4 tackles gone. They find themselves in Hunter's territory. There's Ackerman off the pass from Foster, who copped some rough treatment after he'd given the ball. He's there again. Off to Davis. This is the 5th. It's now with Marquito. He promotes it to Whitchurch. They've run out of room here, Redcliffe, and they haven't been able to get a kick away. Well, the halfback Davis was telling them to get set for a kick. I think he lost count of the tackles.
Wait.
A couple of occasions now they've been caught on the 5th tackle. And one occasion they've turned it over on the 1st. Here's this man Vera again. He's been outstanding.
Now, I need to ask, have we refined our 4X man of the match voting in the off-season, or is it still completely with Salty?
Come on, Greenie,
That's
come
still
on,
to be
mate.
discussed.
Well, we should probably have discussed it before the game, Scott.
Push up, Ready, push up.
Salty, have we got any input into this, or are you just going to maintain your absolute power over the 4X man of the match?
I will take whatever you say on board, Matt, and Sats.
So that's a no.
Take it under advisement, and the wonderful people at 4X, great people at 4X, have come on board again for the 4X man of the match.
Jake Marquito come out with an important tackle. They're getting out of the line, shutting down a hit up from the Hunters. But a man who's just trying to get his side back into this game through his aggression.
There's Georgetown. Well, he is a man that can spark something for Redcliffe here from fullback. Inside the final 10 minutes.
This is where they're getting beaten around the play the ball, the Hunters.
Oh, gee, Cullen got sat down big time.
Penalty here.
Brandy Peter dropped the shoulder into Cullen and he went flying into tomorrow.
Just to let him know I'm here. That's what he said.
Well, he's given away a penalty.
12. I want 12. Yeah, thanks. Just go and grab the mark. He's passed the ball. This guy's used the shoulder. Got to wrap, mate. Got to wrap the arms. Penalty over here.
We've got him for a shoulder charge.
He actually didn't really have to do too much. I think it was just poor little Cameron Cullen just ricocheting off the frame of Brandy Peter. The size of it. Oh.
Well, here's their chance, Redcliffe.
14.
They wouldn't get many better opportunities than this inside the last 10. Good run. He's been very good. Marquito, we nearly lost it getting up to play it.
Again, round the play the ball, getting beaten.
Foster, it goes away. It's with Whitchurch. Ball on the ground. Davis picks it up.
That was an important tackle there by the hooker, Clara.
Ackerman. The front rower goes himself. Has he got there? I think he has.
Video review. We're going to go with a try. Can you check whether he's grounded it or made a second effort?
You saw the ball was before the line on that close-up shot, but I think the evidence suggests that Ackerman might have got some portion of the footy on the line.
Was Ackerman the player that put the ball on the toe on the first tackle? Ooh.
Has it hit the line here?
No, that's short, I reckon.
Oh, I reckon it's rolled on the line. I mean, you can't. I reckon it's rolled on the line when he was tackled the first time. He said try here, Michael Wise, and I think on the basis of what we've seen so far, it will stay that decision.
I think it's landed short, but I just think momentum's just taking him onto the line itself. I think it's short here on the first bounce. I think that's short there.
But does it roll on the line there?
Yeah.
I don't know if it does.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know about that, you know, Matty. There's...
He's ruled try. The ruling is try here.
That's short there.
I think I agree with you now.
Yeah, I don't think it's a try. I think it's a no try.
If they kick it over, what the score would be?
Michael, it's short of the line and it's still short of the line, so it's no try and it's play the ball.
On tackle, we're going to tackle
2.
2. All right, thank you. Short of the line, we're going to have a play the ball.
That's why he's the best video referee in the country, Tony Maxud.
I guess he agreed with you for once. I've got Alex Talon, our statistician, keeping a tally on how many times you disagree with Tony throughout the course of this season. We've already got 1.
Tackle 2.
I love him.
So only 2 tackles gone. This is the ball game here just about, isn't it?
Got to get their line here. Got to get off their line here.
Here's Cullen. He rolls it on tackle 2. Well, they've done it again, although they'll get 6 more tackles from the restart. They've got the dropout, but that's a strange play.
Especially when you're only 2 or 3 metres out from the try line. Great clean-up from Vera. His position has been fantastic all day. And now the Redcliffe Dolphins are going to bring this ball back. 30, 40 metres back from the try line.
It's a good restart. Now Ackerman's the man who was denied via Tony Maxud. Now Green punching up the centre of the park, Redcliffe.
15, 15!
Cullen. And out to Iono. The ball's come out, and it's a knock-on. They've survived, the Hunters. Peter Basaltis, listen to the crowd.
Unbelievable. They've gone off here, the PNG crowd. They're trying to will their team home. Bear in mind, we are here at Dolphin Oval, but their back rowers this afternoon in particular, just on the edges, have been defending really well. Redcliffe, I think in the last 6 or 7 minutes, if they want to get in to score the try, they're going to have to go out to the flanks. That's the only way they're going to get through this PNG team, because up the middle and then just on the edge of the ruck, they've just been defending stoutly all throughout the afternoon, the Hunters.
Well, the Dolphins will be looking to force a mistake here. Time is on the wane.
Go.
Liam Georgetown hasn't had a lot of opportunities. Oh, George Benson. He has not got a hit zone on him, has he?
2. Right, go.
I wouldn't like to find it.
Liam Georgetown, Matty, he's been hovering around the play. The ball hasn't had a lot of opportunities. That man on screen there, but as they start to dominate through the middle, the Redcliffe Dolphins, he may take one of those opportunities late in this game.
They go straight through. They're off again, the Hunters. He draws and passes. The ball's come out. Now this has been lost forward by PNG, has it?
It's been slapped down by Redcliffe.
It's been slapped down by Redcliffe, and they didn't clean it up, and it'll be a scrum feed the way of the Hunters.
Slapped it out 1-on-1.
That was poor presence of mind from Redcliffe.
Yes, you did.
Wow.
Yes, you did.
Look at the support play appear from nowhere. As soon as the 14, Noel Zemming goes through. Loom up on the outside.
Now this was the bad play. He took it too easily. That's Coots from the far wing. It's been slapped out, says Michael Wise, and Coots knocks it on.
Yeah, I don't think it was slapped out. I think it was just a really good cover tackle. Here we go.
So here's Pandya, only 7 out. Can they solidify victory here? Minogue's hit high. John Green is showing some concern here.
It's the only way you can stop him.
He's not very well.
But I don't need you to tell me how to do my job.
Nothing malicious in it.
Israel, what are we doing? Israel! We're going for 2.
We're going to have a shot
Time
again.
back on. We're going for 2.
All right, a penalty kick to put them 6 ahead at 22-18.
So, to those of you wanting a qualification for a better future...
Penalty kick, I should say, is being taken by Sebastian Pandya, number 13. So Roger Luck has been hooked from the kicking duties.
I'd deliberately miss this goal. I'd probably miss it anyway if I was kicking, but I'd deliberately miss it. Get the drop restart from the 20 metre, take possession.
Oh, it's hit the post and gone over.
Here we go, 6 points, 4.5 minutes remaining.
They might do a bit of work on their goal kicking during the week, the Hunters. Larker hit him okay, but he had a couple of difficult shots that he missed, and I don't know that Pandya is the best fill-in on the basis of that, Peter Basaltis.
Well, Troy Lindsay is going to roll the dice here. Matt's coming onto the field, Tui Samoa and Big Dave Heller. Heller had a real impact when he came on in the first half. He's only got 3 minutes or so to try to salvage, well, you think only a point at this stage as Redcliffe goes short.
It ends up in the hands of, well, after all that, it's ended up in the hands of the Hunters, but the touch judge says they've gone over the sideline. Tim Lamai's off and gone, but he's been called back. Who took it over the touchline is the question.
Yeah, Tim Lamai did the front row from the...
It's been a knock-on against Redcliffe ruled sats.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. The plot thickens.
I just marvel every week when we come to call these games. It's an action-packed last 10 minutes every game, isn't there? Something out of the box seems to happen every week.
Wait, Israel, back it up, mate, I'll tell you what. Right, bend your backs, come in slow. Time back on. Out!
Eliad fed the scrum. They're on the verge of an historic victory here, the PNG Hunters. Can they survive? 3 minutes left. 6 points ahead.
1-2.
They will raise the collective roof in PNG if they can hang on.
Tackle 3.
They came shooting out of the line there.
Marquito again. Trying to turn over possession.
Orakusi plays it. Oh, what happened there? Vera passed it to himself. That was bizarre. Eliad, another towering bomb. It goes dead on the full.
They'll have to defend one set here, the Hunters.
No, it's 20. It's 20.
It's gone over on the full, over the dead ball on the full.
It's got stuck in his fingers.
20. Yeah, what are we doing? We're going 20. Yeah, we're going to 20. It doesn't matter.
The Redcliffe players trying to understand what the new rules are. If it went over on the dead ball, they thought it was a play the ball back where the kick was made.
I don't know I've read that new rule.
No.
Here's Davis from dummy half. The speedman getting involved. Here's Samoa. He's one to watch. He'll go from dummy half too. No, he passes to Green. Out to Cullen. And a big shot. That's Teta. Thompson Teta. And they swarm all over Ackerman, the front rower. Samoa. He has a crack. Tui Samoa. He's lightning quick. He's in the open. The ball's come out. It's been lost forward. That might be it for PNG. Well, they're just about home now, Salty. Less than a minute to go.
Yeah, they're going to hang on. You would think just one set of 6 here. If they can hang on to the ball, get to their kick, then this could well be an historic day here for the PNG Hunters. And a very tough decision, guys, coming up with the 4X man of the match. So I'll take some suggestions.
Oh, I think the number 1, Alex Vera, has been outstanding here today. Positional play, his enthusiasm. Every time he's injecting himself into the play, he's my vote.
Take him off that side, thanks.
It's been a great team effort, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Would you love to be up in, I'd love to be in Papua New Guinea right now watching this game with the locals.
I'm sure they'd love to have you, Scott. There's a nervous Michael Marram on the sideline. This will be the longest 40 seconds of his coaching career.
Wait, guys, wait. All right, bring it in slow. Bring it in, seconds.
Now the Dolphins will be shooting off the line here, trying to force something.
It's not over yet. They've won a tight end already, the Dolphins here today.
Big push in the scrum. Don't tell me they've done it again. They just hold on to it, the Hunters. 30 seconds.
Urakusi has been unbelievable today, the front rower.
Great run again. Up through the middle they go. That's the try scorer, Gary Lowe, in the second half, who got things going. And here goes Big Gordy. Manoga.
Wait, go.
Well, this is it. What a moment this will be for the PNG Hunters. The siren sounds and the celebrations start. It's like they've won the grand final. It's great to watch.
Even if they're not your side, I think everyone's excited about what's happened today in the Intrust Super Cup and Rugby League with this first game for the PNG Hunters. What a great way to start this season off.
24-18, the full-time score. The Hunters over Redcliffe. We'll take a short break, but make sure you stick around. The 4X man of the match and a full wrap-up of the game on the other side.
Our reporters.
Victory to the PNG Hunters in their first game in the Intrust Super Cup. The 4X man of the match is with Peter Basaltis.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt. Sebastian Pandia, the lock forward for the PNG Hunters, is our 4X man of the match. Sebastian, well done. What a moment.
Yeah, we're pretty pleased with the
big team effort.
Yeah, it was all-round effort, so hey, we put in the work, so it was good to come out with a win.
All right, go and join your teammates.
Thanks.
Sebastian Pandia, Matt, our 4X man of the match here this afternoon.
Good on you, Salty. Yeah, fantastic scenes on the ground too. We've got the fans on the field, the players are in amongst them, and it's been an historic afternoon. 24-18, tries to 2 low, Tita and the captain, Eliab. Larker 3 from 5, Pandia 1 from 1, Tikanal, Marquito and Coots the try scorers, and Liam Georgetown. Perfect with the boot. It sets things up brilliantly for the rest of the year. Scott Sattler for the PNG Hunters.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to be tough to beat at home. They got one off first game away from home, which is going to be great for them. They return home to the Mackay Cutters next week. What a great clash.
Indeed, they'll be hard to beat regardless of wherever they play, but it's been a great start to their Intrust Super Cup career. Victory to the PNG Hunters. Look forward to your company again next week on Nine's coverage of the Intrust Super Cup.